very difficult. Also, the background color is just a background color. Go to composition and background color, you know, it can be changed to any color. We'll just keep it like that, you know. Now it's time to go back to the box, main original box. Go to boxes. The original box was here, you know, in the GFX. Let's drag and drop on top of, drag and put it inside these boxes as well, you know. And here, this is your original box. Let's press E on your keyboard and delete the fill that we just applied. You know, we don't want it anymore. Right? That was just when we were making the box we needed it. Now we don't need it. Now if you go back to Final Touch, you see the box has been made. The only problem is, now unless you apply lights to it, you can't see the edges. It's a problem here. So what we do the same thing that we did with the replace picture here. Right? So this is the one, original, right? Go inside. Yes. What we do here is basically go to GFX and take the JPEG, right? And create another composition out of it. And this one we will call this border, right? And go and apply a new layer new solid, and let's say any color, and apply fill to it, you know, right? Again, do the same thing, you know, mask it, double click and mask will appear, and on your keyboard. This is the same thing that we did with the effects layer or composition. Now if you go back and go to box, and this box has not been changed yet. Why? Because we need to replace it, you know, with the border. So go to box, box original, and these layers basically, these are just JPEGs, you know, of the cardboard, but we just created another one that is also a JPEG but added a border to it. So select all these, and we have got this new layer that says border. Press Alt on your keyboard and drop on top of this. See, it's been changed. Let's drop this one inside the boxes as well. I hope you guys are getting me. It's very easy. Don't get confused. Just stop the tutorial and go back and then watch it again and again so that you understand. It's a very simple step. It's just, you know, a bit lengthy. That's why you might get confused. But don't get confused. It's very easy. Okay? Right. Now if you go back to border and press E, the fill is here. Now we want to change the color of the border as well. So highlight, this border is highlighted, drag and drop on top of this, and we go back to final again. Right, in the final adjustment we have got border here. So fill, open it up again, press Alt, left click and drag and drop, you know, pick whip on top of border. See, the border color has been changed. Simple. Right, now you can change the border color, you know, press C and you can change the box like this. It's a nicely made box, you know, but now you have the control over the color, you know. You can see that you can change the colors, you know, in one click. Just in one click you can change the colors to any color that you want. So all you need to keep in mind is you are creating this template for a customer, and the customer hasn't got any knowledge of After Effects, so you're just making it easy for him, you know. That's it, nothing else. So that it's very easy for him to understand all this and be able to change the colors. And let's call and change this to yellow or something. Right? If you want to, you know, increase the border of this picture, you can go back to replace picture 1 here, and press MM and expansion, you know, like that. Go back to start. That's how it is, you know, nicely made box. Go back to box 1 and adjust few things here. Select the text and just move it up a little bit, you know, fix it. Right, go to final and let's change the color, you know, a little bit. Right, so I hope you guys are getting and understanding what I'm trying to do here. Right, now what you need to do is basically just create more boxes out of it. Now that you have got the template, you know, of one box, so now you can create 100 boxes out of it, you know, very easily. All you need to do is just go and duplicate here, Control D, right, and let's call this number 2, box number 2, and just move it up a little bit like that. Yeah, press C. Press R on your keyboard and just change it a little bit, you know, so that to give it a variation, nothing else. Right, and press C. Can you see that? Now, what about the content? Well, the content is still there, you know, it's not changed. Now, for that, you need to make few duplicates for box 2. The first thing what you will do, the very first thing, that is go to replace photo video here and duplicate this one. Control D. You've got 2 pictures here. Now inside this picture we had to just delete this one, you know, it's there already, or you can just simply, you know, delete everything and import your own picture from GFX folder, which is this one. Let's say I import this one and delete this one, or you can also put video here as well, right? So now this is your second picture. Now you remember we created the border, so we duplicate this one again, the one with the border. All you need to do is just go duplicate. So this is border 2. Here what we do is just select this one, replace picture 01, and we will edit this or replace this with the new picture that we just created. Alt, and here we go, picture changed. Now box 2, right? What we need to do is we also need to create, of course, remember this is box 1, we need to create box 2. So now what we're doing is basically what we did, we're just duplicating the boxes, you know, for everything that we created. Now Control D here, Control D, and just call this box 2, right? In box 2 we will change the pictures, and we'll change it, this one, do you remember this one's 01, we change it with 02, Alt, and we have changed this. And text, of course we'll be creating new text. Open this, Control D, and this is text 2, go inside, and we just simply change this to 2. Right, now go back to box 2 and change the text. Very simple. Alt and change the text. Text has been changed. Now that we have changed everything, now we go back to the final. Oh, this is the one that I created. Okay, right, this one. Now this is box 2, right? Select the one that says box 2, and just, of course, you'll be replacing with the newly created box 2, right? Right, the name, just keep it like that. So now you can see how easily that we just created 2 boxes with different pictures and different text. Right, let's go and make another one. I hope you understand this. It's very, very easy, nothing problematic. It's just we are just duplicating with what we just created. Now again, just Control D and select the move tool and move it up, exactly up Y direction. Control C again and press R on your keyboard. Let's just change it a little bit, you know, like that, to give it dynamic variation. That's it, nothing else. Now this is 1 2 and 2 2. So what we'll do here is do the same drill again. Okay, press C here so that it's a bit, you know, save it, go back. First thing, replace photo video here, select the one that says replace pic 2, control D, picture 3, it becomes picture 3, go inside it, just change to this with the new picture that you just import. You know, let's say I import this with this one, right? Go back again to picture 3 we just created. Do you remember there was a border? So what we do is we just go and select the one that had border, control D, right, and go inside. You need to double click, go inside this. All you need to do is just select this one, picture 2, and just replace it with picture 3. Alt, replaced. Right, now this done, we go to box 2, 1 2 and control D, of course change it to 3. Box 3 has been made. Now go and select the one that says replace pic 2. We don't want pic 2 here, we want pic effects 3 here, right? This, which is this one. Press Alt and picture changed. Now go back to replace text here folder, press replace text 02 here, control D, right, and go inside it, change it to 3. See, pretty simple, isn't it? Now go back to box 3, right, just select this one, and of course we need to change it with this new text that we created, which says text 03. Press Alt and drop on top of it. Your box has been changed. Last thing, go to the final and select this box which is on the top and press Alt and drag and drop on top of it and replace it. So isn't that simple? Seriously. Probably for some of you it might be difficult, but I'm telling you, once you know it, it is piece of cake. Right? 3 boxes made. Now you can make hundreds of boxes out of it and hundreds of compositions out of it in the similar way. Now the amazing thing is that if you go to color change and change the color, it will change it for all. Change the strip color, it will change it to all. Do you understand? So now what's happening here is basically you can take the picker and pick this color here and make it a bit darker. That is becoming easy for the customer. Press OK. Create a camera to it. Layer new camera, and let's make it 24mm. OK, and change this to this view to active camera, right? Press C on your keyboard, drag it back, you know, bring it down. So basically this is kind of your final, you know, look. Go to 10 seconds, press P, put a keyframe, open it up, point of interest, put a keyframe, F9 or right click and keyframe assistant. If you can't see it, easy ease. Go back and just press C and zoom it in, you know, press C again and press C again, bring it down, you know, just make it here somewhere, right? And when you, let's say how it looks. So basically a simple camera move. You can also, you know, turn it more if you like. See, you can bring it here, and then if you can do it, you know. Right. So when it comes here somewhere, we want to add another text. Go to layer new text, and we call it Maxafter tutorial. Right, left align it, and let's make it bigger. And you can, also select the type tool and scrub on top of it, and you can just decrease it like that, and then you can just, so let's start it from here. Bring this text from here, press T, so opacity down to 0, and when it's here, opacity up to 100. Right, just move it a little bit more towards left. So I've spent more time on the other one, in designing, so you can check that one out. Right, now what we do is you can also, create fake shadows. For example, for this one, we go and create new solid, and make it dark color shadow, make it 3D, and press R on your keyboard. Right, bring it down here somewhere, go to top view, so you exactly know where it is. Right, press on top of it, go to ellipse tool and double click, and press F on your keyboard for the shadow, and just soften the shadows. Press MM, you see the edges here, so M, so it goes inside. Right, and now go back to camera view and bring the shadow down, and just play around with the shadow a little bit. Press T, make it like 25 or something. Yeah, Control D and move this here. Basically this is the shadow of the text. Press T and make it, and bring this shadow of the text to this point where the text starts. Right, now let's apply sky to it. Layer, new solid, sky, changes to 3D, press R, and changes to -90. Move it up, bring it down, and make it bigger. Okay, go and apply effects, noise to it, fractal noise. This is something that I've shown in my earlier tutorials as well. Pretty simple, not difficult at all. And drop on top of this, and change this to basic to dynamic, and brightness contrast, change this to, for example, right, and again just apply this mask to it. Press MM, and feather, increase the feather. And here evolution, press Alt and enter on the evolution, and time times 150, right, select it. It looks a bit stretched, so let's increase it like this and move it back, somewhere, and let's just change the transformation and offset turbulence as well. Let's put a keyframe here for offset turbulence, and so that it looks like as if the sky is moving, you know. Let's hue saturation. Let's apply hue saturation to it so that it gives us a nice color, and you know, so that matches the color of the text, right? So you can also, you know, apply lights to it. Now go to layer, new, and go to new lights, point light. Let's make it 120. Cast shadows, yes, and make it 50, 163, and okay. And point light, let's make it up, you know, take it up. The color is a bit yellowish. Double click on the light and change this color back to, you know, white. You know, and the shadow, turn on the shadow for the boxes. Now, since the collapse transformation is on, what you would do is we would turn on the shadows. You know, we need to go back to the original box, you know, which is this one. Now we can actually go to material options and cast shadows, yes. Right now if you go back to tut, so you can see that the shadows are applied, you know. We just apply it for the bottom, you know, it takes a lot of RAM, so the shadows are here anyway, right? So but you can increase the light, you know, to 150 or something, and add more lights to it, you know, to make it look nice. It depends on your RAM of the computer. So that's how simple it is, you know. Now you can also change the color. Press E and you can change the color of the text. The text, this one is not changing because you need to apply, you know, link it to this one. So we go and select this text and press E and apply fill to it, you know, like the previous ones. And press Alt and on the color and just select and drag and drop on the one that says color text. Now the text color is changed. Simple, isn't it? Press E. Here we can change this color to any color that you like. Right? All the color text is changed. Now if you want to change the border, you know, you can change the border as well, you know, like that. Or you can make it white color. So that's how simple it is, you know. Now this is, you know, the final composition, and you can add more boxes and more cameras like this, you know. And for example, these are 3 boxes. Now you can go and make a new scene out of this and similar scenes and put them in the final comp, you know, and then it's like you have a full-fledged template, right? Right, okay, another cool thing I just wanted to show you is that why we created originally one box, you know, because now what if you don't want this cardboard box, you want something, you know, let's turn off the, let's say you want some metal box instead of this cardboard box. Now you just can't go inside every box and change it to metal box. So all you need to do is simply create another, you know, another JPEG or image of 500 pixels by 500 pixels and just replace it with this one. For example, if you go and select the brown cardboard, which is this one, and right click and replace file, and let's say we've got this metal, and it will change all the boxes to metal, you know. Can you see that? How easy it is. Or you can also change to any other color you like, you know, because if you go to brown cardboard start here, and now you say you don't want any metal boxes, what you need to just go and go to solid, and for example you just want to apply a layer to it, you know, of a different color. Press OK. Now go back to file cut. So you can see that the box color has been changed. That's how simple it is, you know. Right. And also then the background, you can change the background as well, and the colors, you know, to metal color, you know. For example, text can also be changed to this color, kind of metal color, you know. And also, you know, the strips or the borders can be changed a bit to a bit darker color. And then you go back to compositions, background color, and change this to a bit darker color, you know. So the whole thing looks cool now, right? So let's say composition, background color to this color. So that's how you can change the whole look of your composition by just going to the original and changing the original cardboard, you know, and images. So that was the main reason I created the original file, you know, original box there, so that you don't have to change every box. Just change one JPEG, only one JPEG, and it will change in every other layer. So that's how simple it is. If you go to the file that I've created, you know, everything is the same, and I've spent more time with it, you know. So basically this is how you create a template, you know. Pretty simple. The most important thing is just remember that you are creating a template for a client or customer, you know, who hasn't got enough knowledge of After Effects. So two very important folders. One is replace photo video here and replace text here. Now the client buys it and he wants to change the text, change the video. Now see how easy it is for him to change it. If you go and replace photo video here, open it up. Let's say I want to change it for the picture one, which is this duck, you know. Go inside it. All you need to do is bring the text, bring the GFX open, and import your own, you know, picture or video, and delete the one that was dummy, and then go inside the final, you know, the video has been changed. Similarly, if you want to change let's turn off the light for a second because it's taking too much RAM, right? And you want to change the text, this one that says replace text 01 here. Now the client will, the buyer will only will just go inside the replace text here and change the one that says replace text 01, and here he can write, you know, anything he likes. And go to the final, and you can see that the text has been changed, which is this one, Maxafter here. So that's how simple it is, you know. So you basically make it convenient for the buyer, you know, so that he can edit it easily. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Once again, my name is Shoaib Khan from Maxafter.com. Assalamu alaikum.